Okay, so now we get to the fun part. Hopefully you have your sketch, you have some ideas of how you're going to break out your materials, and I'm going to show you on an example how to start some of those material warps and textures to follow your form. Hopefully you have a really nice shot of your speedform product. If you don't, that's okay. You can use a value study instead. You're going to start by using the pen tool and outlining your shape. So if you have an existing speed form that has a base, then we're going to work on first copying that out, or editing the base out, because we're going to recreate a shadow and everything from scratch. So you'll outline your form with a pen tool, and then I recommend that you copy and paste that new layer. And then I've also already done some Photoshop work to remove the base. And what I used was the marquee tool, selecting an area, and then the heal tool and rubber stamp and airbrush, sampling the color areas. You can see a little bit of blending there. And those are the tools that I used to do that. And then you'll have the background, maybe a vignette, and this is totally up to you. And then I copied and deformed the body to recreate a new shadow. And then there's different ways to do the material textures. One way is, again, before I get ahead, creating paths. So that's my outline path. And then I have material 1 area and material 2 and area 3. So, and this is according to your sketches, you're going to choose one of your directions and render it. So with this one, I took this, made a selection using the feather radius of, let's say, 1. So it's not just straight pixels, it's got a little bit of feather. And then I pasted the carbon fiber by going File, Paste Special, and then paste into. And that allowed me to paste into the selected area. And then after that, I did a transform and then warp. So that's how you get this little bit of distortion, and then I pulled and pushed some of those edges to create some of that distortion that you see. Another way to do it is by using a distortion map. Control D, we'll deselect. So, for example, this area has a lot of material surface changes. So how would you create that with a warp? It would be very complicated. So instead, we use the darks and lights, and what happens with the displacement map is the darks push the pixels one way, and the lights push the pixels in another way. So this feature is done with a displacement map, and we'll go over that. You can watch the video on the assignment, and that's a really good way to displace textures on complex forms.